Get ready with me to quit my corporate 9 to 5 to become a full-time content creator with no backup plan. Now someone's gonna say, hey, weren't you the one this time last year who made it their entire personality that they were unemployed, they were looking for work, and then also just recently posted that they landed their dream job? Well, yes. Two things can be true at the same time, but also dreams have the ability of becoming nightmares, and I chose to wake up. Now, could I have lasted a little bit longer at this company? Say, for example, if I don't know, wasn't being extremely overworked, had every boundary I set out, walked all over, not to mention doing countless overtime on week 2, having panic and anxiety attacks every single night that after I was coming home from work, and on top of that, literally not being trained. Sure. It comes down to that being what a corporate 9 to 5 is versus the 9 to 5 jobs that I've had in the past. And that corporate 9 to 5 is pretty much that you make your entire personality and your whole life about that job and your role in that company. And I just have a little bit too much individuality for that. I think if I was coming straight out of school, probably I would have loved a job like that. But I also just think that I care too much about my own personal projects and like me building my brand out myself that it just was never gonna work out. Also just a firm believer that everything happens to you and not for you. Everything happens for you and not to you. I really think I needed to experience this job, no matter how bad it made me feel and how bad it was, in order to feel confident enough as a creative and as someone on social media that I can do this as a full-time job. And listen, I'm not saying I have a huge following, but I've seen people who have very similar followings than me, and they're able to make this a full-time job. My God, America literally has a convicted felon as their president. I think anything is possible today. I would be lying if I said I wasn't anxious or nervous in some sort of way, but I'd rather feel this type of nervous where it's because I'm pursuing and believing in myself, rather than still feeling anxious at a 9 to 5 job that actually is making me feel really depressed and also giving me panic attacks where I don't see anything coming from it. Side note, if there's one product to take away from this video, it's this Aesop Above Storora. It is probably one of my favorite fragrances of all time, which is funny because I was not a huge fan of it at first, but it has definitely grown on me and obsessed. So yeah, here's to this new exciting chapter and this journey that we're going on together, and here's to actually believing in ourselves and locking the in. Let's go resign.